This is so neat. So neat right here. Look at this. Look at this X behind me. That. And they got one bent perfectly dead center. Look at that. Look at the bend. Right? That's dead center of that X. It's a beautiful bend. But then, look to the right here. Another beautiful bend. And then right behind it is another bend dead center. Got the lean trees, 2 lean trees. Right there. Another beautiful bend. Here's one leaned and broke. That's actually one of the dead center markers for this structure. There's 2 here, broken, crisscrossed. Then another bend off that one. My goodness. And another X. And another bend. That's an X into a bend into an X. I'm gonna walk that way. Holy moly. And then there's one leaned into that one. Look at this one though. Absolutely beautiful. That is cool. My goodness. Oh. What more could you ask for, huh? Look at that bend there. See how low that bend is, right? Look at the X, the upside down, I call them 2-stick teepees, because they're more of a teepee, not a symmetrical X. Look where it lands, right on that bend. Perfect. 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 Look at this one. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Absolutely beautiful X. Look at the one leaned here. Comes in and up. Right on the X. I smell like I smell like a Sasquatch. That seat spot, I think it's over that way, but where they had the wax substance hung right above it. Smells skunky and musky. Well, I bottled it, and I got a little bit on the outer lip, so I smell like it right now. I've been a little bit worried about smelling like that, because who knows what that scent's for, you know? I haven't been bothered yet, and it's been a few hours, so... So cool. Oh, I don't think it's a full moon, but it's close. Here's a teepee type structure. A bunch of them going into one point. They actually got one jammed sideways in there. And a second teepee type structure. Look at that one. All 3 to one point. This was straight line winds. Those shouldn't be. Some are brought into the right and one into the left. 2 into the left. There's actually there's 4 there. There's 2 smaller ones there too. all to one point. Then you get these ones. What did I hit? Hard piece of snow. Then you get these ones. You can see it's been twisted at one point. See how twisted it is? Put a slade right up in there. Look at that X. That's actually that X there. It's dead center of this teepee. Teepee type structure. There'll be a seat spot here, guys. That one's literally lodged underneath all that. This will be seat spots right in here. Look at the bend. My goodness. Oh man, I'm gonna get so. Oh, it's deep here. I'm soaked. It's like, it's gotta be about 50 degrees yet. It's super warm today. But, oh, it ain't gonna show up. The dead center for this bend is that X right back there. Oh, man. See what I mean? Straight line winds. You can see a bunch. It was straight line winds that took these trees out. These are finagled. This one's brought back this way. There's so many in here that got, you know, put in different directions than what the wind was blowing. Obviously that was for the X. There's dens right back here. There's one here. See those mounds right there? There's dens behind there. And that's why they're marking it. See the broke off one there? Then you got all the dens. But there'll be seat spots all at least in front of them, and I've seen the evidence. I've seen the foot impressions. I've seen the structure, and they love the root systems. And I have a really hard time believing that they wouldn't, you know, go in and out of them. Maybe not all of them, but I think the younger ones would absolutely love playing in them. I would. There's a den right there. Yep. And I sank out of sight. Okay. I'm almost back out. Holy moly. This is gonna be a cool den up here, I think. Oh, that's deep. And you'll see how they're structured. Look at the break, right? It's not even in the direction that the wind was blowing. But, so you got the break, right? You got the beautiful X right down there behind that. You have the sideways teepee type structure. Look how many come to one point. A pile of them. One lower to make an X. That comes right above the break. These things are marked, and they love these things. They center on them. Here's a seat spot here. Right on the break. a little bend into that. And then you turn this way. Look at that trident one. It's literally like it's a hook. They leaned this one up in here and hooked it. Which makes the X. There you go. Look at that one. The upside down TPX. Wait for it. This is exciting. And then boom. They love this. They finagle these. They literally finagle these things, and they'll do. You'll see artwork out of them, like they try to make. Not all of them, but some of them look like beings, you know. But look at the one they're kicking out of. Back this way. And that all ties into kind of an big asterisk type thing here. And you can see how packed down the moss is. It's flattened. They will sit right here. Xed asterisk. That way. It's been an absolute amazing day. It's like it's coming into Minnesota short weather. A lot of people start wearing shorts when it hits 40s and 50s. You'll see people in shorts. And I used to do it all the time too. I mean, it feels like a heat wave after, negative 20, 30 below weather. Look at that. That literally all ties all back in to their seat spot right here. Wow. X Central. That's cool. It's a teepee structure. There's so many up into this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the tree behind it, 6, all to one point, And it's not just from one clump of trees, it's coming from distances. Some from over there, one coming from the opposite direction, all to one point, and another one coming up in. And then X'd right there, all back to their seat spot. Here's another teepee type structure, all to one point. Triangle structures. They like to sit behind those too. That's probably another seat spot right there. I actually have one on video. It's a Sasquatch or a Sasquatch type being. I don't think it's the big ones. I think it's the 3-4 foot tall ones. But it's behind a birch structure, about that size. It was up higher. Right behind it was one picking at this side of it, debarking it. You can see both hands picking at it at one point. He brings his hand to the side, cups it. There's a second one sitting here with another lean tree that she's picking, she picking off from, and you can see the hand pushing the tree up and down. And then down below is, was another one leaned over with a coyote skull, and that's why I saw it, because the coyote skull caught the sun. It was a white bleached out coyote skull, and she had that in her one arm, and then the baby, there's a baby, a little tiny baby holding on to the skull. And then below that, you can see other ones moving at points. And then in a tree up to the left of it, you can see, I think this one was dimensional, but you can see it coming in and out of the tree. I have a video. I have a few videos. It's the first video I ever uploaded. I got a lot of shit for it. People, a lot of people didn't take the time to, I just uploaded it saying 2 Sasquatch filmed, and it was at 18 minutes 48 seconds is where I zoom in on the skull. And I took like 3 skulls out of there. Prior to that, I actually brought them back, realizing after I filmed this one that the young ones love those things, So I brought them back, but as soon as I seen it and zoomed in, I was pretty certain it was another coyote skull. And then I could see the Sasquatch leaned over. And you can see her hand right towards the end of where I zoom out. Not too long before I zoom out, you can see her fingers come and brush the head of the young one. Fingers. The young one was darker, like darker than Mama. You can see it clearly. Now, it's not like 4K or anything, but you can see it's a little arm, little tiny thumb, and the body of it holding onto the skull. And you can see how small it is. It was small. And I filmed another one in that same hangout, and they're small. They're like 3 feet tall, maybe. So when people talk about the smaller ones hanging out, within the same areas as the big ones, they're not lying. Oh yeah. I think hopefully I saved one more bar. The one that took the candle and the brisk iced tea out of my truck. I'm gonna gift him out here. I got one more bar, organic bar left. It's all the stuff, that you see that they eat is, the nuts and stuff is in this bar. So guys, I don't know, I might keep videoing for a little bit here. Probably won't be too much interesting, but it logged this off 2-3 years ago. Well, my boots ain't waterproof anymore. My feet are soaked. Whew. Woo. The first sign I see of Sasquatch me back is coming up in about 2-3 weeks. Is when you'll start seeing the new structure and you'll start finding their prints. And you'll start having some vocals, wood knocks, things like that. Usually end of March, beginning of April. And I get so excited because I know they're back. You know, I start seeing the new structure in the woods. It starts to happen right around then. Whew. That is cool. Yes, guys, you got that X. 2-stick TPX upright, and then you got it. Second one. And a third one. I'm going to tell you guys, these don't have to touch. They line up things. And it just shows how smart they are. Like to the point to where not many, I don't think there's, the only person I ever heard talk about the structures behind lining up with the front structures was Rio. Utah Sasquatch. And it was like a week prior in this hangout when I first started Sasquatching. Back in there was a bend I took a picture of, and I got home and realized that all the bases of the trees lined up in the background. Like, I think it was 8 to 11 different points going around the tree. A small X hit right on point. I realized at that point they structure to line up things. Then I watched Rio's, and he did a whole video on it. And he's the one I believe coined the term four-dimensional structure, and where the structures line up front to back. Not only that, you'll hit it from a different angle and it'll be structured on point the other way and then the other way. It's like there's a whole nother side to them than what humans perceive. Oh, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I was going to say, there's the teepee behind it. See them all come to one point? That's right behind the X. That's why I always look behind, or one way or the other. That's so cool. The snow's a lot deeper here because there's no trees. Where I gathered the waxy scent stuff off above the perch spot was right in here. There's the teepee. I think that's the one I can see from the road. Look at these breaks in here. That's deep. Okay. I'm gonna get them. My tracks should be up in here somewhere, so I can follow those out. One day I'll find somebody with just as much passion as me in this subject in Minnesota, to where they don't live far, and you know, they see what I see, and many, many others. Some people think we're nuts, but the structure is too perfect. And then the things you find around it are insanity. It's really cool. Look, out of all these trees, I follow structure, and I come to one of the prettiest X's in here, and two lean ones in a seat spot, and to find that skunky, musky smelling wax hung right above it, that don't just happen. Oh, my gimbal died, guys.